It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're off from US Bank Stadium. Here's Miller on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 34. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
On 3rd down, Herbert. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back gets the handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Finding Pearsall. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Herbert from the gun. Throwing deep towards the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL game before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Herbert to throw once more. The ball is out! But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. Well, nearly the end of that series, partner. You can almost see those players rooting for the ball to bounce across that sideline before a defender made the recovery.
Yeah, sometimes that sideline's a player's worst enemy, but sometimes it could be their best friend, and this is one of those times where that best friend delivered.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. The 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. 9 yards on that play, and they're just a yard out now on 2nd and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do see.
And he gets in, touchdown! The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. Kicking team out to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. He fields it from the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. He tracked him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play action now with Purdy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun is Purdy. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. 16 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's brought in by Jennings. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. To throw again, it's Purdy. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. He's got him. That's Addison. And he's tackled for the 1st down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
We're through 1/4 of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
1st down from the red zone. Pressure comes. He's taken down. The 49ers got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
They send a receiver in motion right. 3rd and long for him here. He's on the move. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound thud. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was 3rd and extra long, and now it's 4th and forever.
Fourth and forever coming up. Man in motion here. Pretty gonna go on 4th. And it's gonna be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
He's running with it. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Excellent job at the quarterback to get away from trouble. Get a solid gain, get the 1st down, and get yourself out of bounds. Not exactly the way you draw it up, but no one's coming away disappointed by that end result.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Lays out, what a catch! 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Herbert with a blitz coming. Complete to Pearsall. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
We call that play to surprise the defense trying to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. It's Herbert once more. Hasn't been close.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. They motion the tight end over. Herbert throwing on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, drops happen. It's a part of the game. But unfortunately, that's an opportunity he and his offense can't get back. 6 points that literally went right off his hands.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing from near his own goal line. It's caught in stride by Addison. And they bring him down up at the 12-yard line.
The game is 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. He lobs it deep middle. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. The penalty makes it 3rd and 8 here. Purdy setting up that play action. That one's cut along the left sideline. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Man in motion out of the slot. Purdy on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's the handoff. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. They're running again. And he will get into the end zone for a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings earn the chance to tie before halftime. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Vikings tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, Herbert. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Motion man right is Jefferson. First down throw by Purdy. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They send a man in motion. They'll run here on first down. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They've got a man in motion. Another carry for him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He has the first over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that separation can create the big play down the field.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Now it's Purdy. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Herbert, quick out wide, complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. It's picked up by the Vikings, going the other way. And Minnesota returns this to the end zone. Touchdown. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Vikings make it a 10-point ball game. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Here's Miller on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Herbert back to throw. Short pass brought in. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Herbert now off the play fake. Fits it through the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Man in motion here. Herbert on first down. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call for the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He brings it in. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Xavier Leggett with the touchdown. They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, will tie this game in the 4th.
49ers 14.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Putting a receiver in motion. Give now to the running back. And this won't amount to much. Tackled after a small run to the 32. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 32. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
We see that throw because I close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
On third down, Purdy. That heater is going to fall to the turf.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on fourth. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now give left side. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
The offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. To throw, Herbert. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Going ground here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now Herbert to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Running back sent in motion. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They snap it to Herbert. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Being offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
They send a man in motion. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Back to throw it. That's brought in by Jennings. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Purdy on first down. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to get the Vikings the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings only up by a few. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Well, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Max Melton with the INT.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Legette's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. Setting up to pass. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here he is to throw. That's incomplete left side. Looking for the back that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Looking to throw it. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. First down. It really can. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's bubbled up at the line. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Wow, wide open here, complete. The 30. Gets the 10. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
Second and 10 now. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Throwing now. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's also a lot more real estate for them to work with. I think of the receivers, they got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with. And when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's Miller on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going, oh no, he lost control of another one. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
All right, one more snap to play here. First down throw by Purdy. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. So they decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown. And